I don't know if we're there yet. You know, we're knocking on the door. I like our team. I wish we had a little bit more time for them to gel together. I didn't do a good enough job to get them to gel in quick enough time to play a championship level. But each guy in that locker room contributed in some way.
Time to pump the brakes. The Raptors bounced from the playoffs again by the Cleveland Cavaliers. Toronto couldn't keep up with the Cavs in scoring, especially on the perimeter. Dave, I ask you, should the Raptors' #1 offseason priority be adding more three-point shooting, or do we need to pump the brakes on
No, hit the gas on that. I just want to know what door Dwayne Casey's talking about that they're knocking on. What, winning a game in round 2 against the Cavaliers? Is that the door? Because that door was shut. Look, they have a deficiency behind the arc. That is clear. Even Kyle Lowry, when healthy, obviously he wasn't there in games 3 and 4. That made a pivotal role in how they got manhandled at home, at least in the fourth quarters of those games. So he would make a difference. But he's still not a guy that you look at and go behind the arc, this is a guy we can rely on. The game is played differently than it was 3 years ago. This is all the influence of the Golden State Warriors and the run they've had out west. And now you saw the Cleveland Cavaliers be the first team to mimic it. You're seeing the Houston Rockets mimic it and the success they're having down there in H-Town. Everybody in the league today, you cannot win if you don't have perimeter shooting. It's just the way the game's being played today. It's a copycat league. Now, this might evolve and change again, but because of it, if you're Toronto, you got to keep up with the Joneses. So yes, you need to make it a priority to go out and get somebody on the outside that can knock down perimeter shots. Who's that guy going to be? We talked about it earlier in the show. Check it out on demand. Do we believe DeMar DeRozan has to take that upon himself as a quote-unquote great player?
That might help, but I don't think that'll get them over the hump.
Probably not. He probably needs to do that. Kyle Lowry probably needs to do that if he resigns and stays in Toronto. And they need to add somebody else not mentioned to get some perimeter shooting because they cannot knock on any doors until they improve the shooting from beyond the arc.
J.J. Redick is an unrestricted free agent.
That's a great name.
That's a guy that could knock it down. We'll see what happens for the Raptors in the offseason.